Hi everybody, this is Dale. Welcome to my channel, Not Too Shabby Chic. Today I'm super excited because I have made a couple of journal kits and they are a boho theme, and I'm going to put them in my Etsy shop, which is Dale's Not Too Shabby Chic, and I will link it below in the video. So I wanted to kind of share it with you. It's got a lot of things in it, and there will be a couple of choices that you can make. So I'd like your thoughts, and if you're interested in this, before I post it on Etsy, give me a shout out on a private message and I will talk with you about it. But in any case, let's get going. So as some of you may know, my Etsy store, I have posted some digitals. I'm very new to this, so it's making digitals on the computer is not my forte, but I'm trying. But the majority of the digitals are my original art that I have turned into a printable that you can just print out and use in your journal. You can size it when you go to print it to make a tag, a card, or a page. It's up to you. But the most recent one that got the most likes, and I actually have had 4 people purchase it, is called Boho Me Background Pages. So it is a mixed media background that I did, and I made it by cropping and doing some different things, 7 different pages. So in that kit, if you will, it's there's 7 pages that look a little different for each one. I made some tags out of some of those pages and put in this kit, but this is kind of, I had in mind to go with that kit. You certainly don't have to do that if you purchase it. There is enough stuff in this kit, probably depending on how much you like to embellish. You could make up to 3 or more journals, just depends on how much you like to use. So it's pretty full, and I also created something special that goes with this that currently I'm planning on including, but I may make it separate altogether. It just depends on what I think will be best, and I'd like your input as well. So let's go. First, I have this silk. It's not sari silk, it's almost like a nylon actually. It looks silk, and it's just a closure that you could use for your journal, or if you don't want to use this, you could use it for whatever you like. But it's a pretty good piece, good size, and I've got it, it'll go around this package. Both kits are the same. There are a couple of differences with respect to some of the book pages, because obviously I can't have 2 of the same book page unless I had 2 of the same books, and I don't. So I will see how long this takes to determine whether I will show both kits in this video or not, but they are pretty much identical. But let's go first. I have these are some embellishments and fabrics, trims if you will, that I got from India, and I've got them all mixed together. So it could have been Sophia, who is with Dust Fairies, and she lives in India, and she has wonderful boho trims, fabrics, and what have you that she sells all the time, and I will link her below. I also have gotten some from Sheila Gingrich at Boho Daydreams. Sheila also has beautiful packages that she sells, so I will link both of them in the description below. I'm not sure. I know that Dust Fairies does not have an Etsy store, but I believe that Sheila just recently opened an Etsy store, so I will try to link her Etsy store. If not, I will link her Facebook group, and you can go from there. But in any case, here we go. Let's see what we've got here. Well, I had that double pack because my bag tore, so I probably don't need that one anymore. So first we have this gold braided trim. Oh, come on, camera. Oh, it's so much fun trying to focus. But anyway, it's a gold sparkle with a little bit of tan fabric that's a braided, and you get a good size piece. Then there's this black and white trim, and it has little pom-poms on the end, and so that's cute. And again, you don't even have to use this for boho. You can use these for anything. I made some button clusters, so I'm including one button cluster that I did for everybody, for every kit, I mean. And so far I've made 2. I think I've got enough to probably make 10-ish kits that are like this one with the same materials, except for some of the charms. So, but initially I'm only posting these 2. So that's a little cluster. Here's another cluster that I did. It's really smaller one. It's real cute. Well, there you go. It's got some lace, heavier fabric, and some upholstery fabric. My mind went blank. So you've got a larger one and a smaller one. These 2 are different in each kit. They're similar, but they're not the same. Here's an applique that's either Dust Fairies or Boho Daydreams. I'm not going to keep saying that. Just know that when I show you these types of things, that's where it's from. So that's like an applique you can use. Here's some trim. Isn't that gorgeous? You get a good sized piece of that. This stuff's not real cheap either, by the way. So I've included, I love, I've been hoarding this, and I decided to share it in these kits. It's just gorgeous. The flowers and the sequins, and it's like embroidered on here. It's just, I mean, it's just gorgeous. And then you've got kind of the red orange trim at the bottom of this. So each kit has a piece of this that you can use as a flip or whatever you want in the journal. And this is a gorgeous piece of turquoise fabric that has the silver sequins, and you get a good sized piece of that. I'm not measuring, you can see with my hands the size of that. So this is the Boho-ish sari trims, or whatever you want to call it. I'll package these up later so that you don't have to wait for me to do that. Then that's a surprise. Next, I've included some little trims. There's a piece of vine. I got this at Hobby Lobby. It's really cute, little green leaves. Yeah, I don't know. You can see, there you go. But I love that trim. Here's some gold or mustard colored seam binding, and this is, you know, doubled over, so you can press it and make it real wide, leave it thin. You get a good sized piece of that. Here is some red lace, and you're getting large paper clips as well with this to use for altered paper clips. And here's the little piece of red lace. It's really pretty. And I really like an eclectic look with the boho, with any of the stuff I do, but this has lots of different colors. It's real rich with the colors that you can use. And obviously you can change it and add and take away whatever you want, and use this for whatever you want to. Here's 2 pieces of little skinny trims that'll be nice for your tags, or to make little shoestring bows, I call them. This is brown, and it's got some black in the center. Well, my camera doesn't like close-ups. I don't either, actually. I can't blame it. And I thank you guys for hanging with me. I've been slow to get back and trying to catch up. I want to get back on my videos because I had the COVID-19 virus, and finally am totally back to normal and getting my craft room organized, so I am able to get started again. So thank you for hanging in there with me, and hopefully you will continue to do so. This is some black with white, and just like the brown, except this is a little softer. And there's a big piece of that so that you can, again, for tags or shoestring bows or just whatever you'd like to, your little heart desires. So there's that. Then this is some fabric ribbon, I guess. I've got a huge bundle, and I like it all wrinkled up, and you could do it yourself. Wrinkle it up and let it stay, and then tie it in a bow, or you know, you can make a ruffle out of it. On your page, you don't have to sew if you don't have a sewing machine. All you squirt your glue down the edge of your page, and you just kind of bunch it up like that, and you'll have a little ruffle. Or you can obviously sew it, but you got a good long piece of this, and it's just like a brown tan color. Then I have this Hug Snug seam binding, which I love. This is a piece that I coffee dyed. I could sit and sniff it all day. I'm weird. I used smells so good. When I coffee dye, I use coffee and vanilla, and I got that idea from Annette McKnight, and I can't ever remember the name of her channel. I got the idea from her at a craft retreat that she uses vanilla and coffee, so that's where I learned to do that. But you wrinkle this all up in your hand and wad it up if you like this look, and I so love it. See? Then you tie it in a little bow, and you have that old wrinkly look, and then you can tie the bow and then ball it up, but it just looks super cute. So you have you have a good piece of that, and then I have a piece of that same stuff that is not coffee dyed, and it's called Sandstone, I believe is the color, but I really can't remember the name of it, so I'm trying to get my light fixed because there was a glare, but that's it, and it's really soft and fun. So that all goes there. Then you have buttons and flowers. These are, for the most part, are all vintage buttons that are in the kit. And I'm throwing your buttons on the floor. One moment as I go for a dive to find them. Found them. So I've included brown, cream, white, some green, black, red or rust, turquoise. So, and then there's one that is not vintage, and it's this sparkly button. Everybody needs some bling in their journals. Here's an antique gold one. And excuse my hands and fingers, you know, lockdown. You haven't been able to go to the nail salon, and plus I beat my hands up trying to reorganize this room. So red, there's just a lot of cool buttons that I've included. Extra paper clips. Here's a little applique piece from India. It's really pretty that you can use. So I've included that. I've included this little piece of trim. It's like a real pretty green, just a little snippet of it. Then these little tiny crocheted flowers that I got off of a scarf that I had. So I've got several of those, and they're just fun to use. A few beige flowers, some little tinies. More buttons. I gave you more than enough buttons to do whatever you'd like with. Here's a pretty red netting type flower. It's kind of bulky, but it would work on a page or a tag, or you could use it on the cover. This pretty butterfly has corrugated like cardboard with the little cutout butterfly on top, and this one is red and tan. It sticks, and so it gets a 3D effect there. Then I have these bulb pins that have some little dangles, and this dangle in particular is from a belly dancing belt that I bought, and it makes a little bit of a jingle if you have a lot of them together, but they're pretty cool. So it's a turquoise, and here's some more turquoise on the bead with the red. And here's another bulb pin. You get 3 bulb pins with little dangle charms that you can put on the end of your pages. You could put in the middle of your signature, whatever you'd like to do with that. And then here's a pretty blue, turquoisey blue sort of paper flower that's yellow on the back. So you get all of those, and we're not even a third of the way through. I just know that when I go to making a journal, I like to have lots of choices. And I wanted to make sure when I offer these kits that it covers... Oh no, there's a siren in my neighborhood. Sorry, that's kind of concerning. There goes an ambulance. But anyway, you've got like I said, you've got enough to do 3 or 4 journals in this kit. So that'll be fun. I may do some smaller kits, or I could cut this one in half. But here are some other trims, and this is a safety pin that I dyed with alcohol ink. It's black, and it's kind of got some of the silver showing. They're fun, and they just look old. And it's one of the big paper clips that doesn't have the bail on the end, which I like. Oh, I got to focus for about a second. That way things don't get caught in there. You get a nice size piece of this burlap ribbon. I love this stuff, and you can use it for days on your page as trim. You can make a ruffle out of it. You could tie it in a bow, you know, and make a gorgeous bow. You can use it to just as backdrop like you do cheesecloth. But that's that. And here's another piece of burlap, just a little shorter piece. It's got lace on it, which you can use. This is a piece of vintage trim that I'm giving with the kit. I'm not giving, you're buying with the kit. This is trim I bought at Joann's, but I coffee dyed it with the coffee and vanilla, and I just want to sniff it. It smells so good. But that's nice. You can use for whatever you like. Here's another piece of the burlap with the lace. This is wired ribbon, so it'll shape well, or you can just pull the wire right out if you don't want the wire in it. So you get a nice sized piece of that. And again, I'm not measuring because that would add time. So I'm just eyeballing it. This is some trim I got that is gorgeous. I believe I got it on clearance at Joann's, but still wasn't cheap, but it's just gorgeous. So I included a piece of this. It's velvet on this side, and I thought it would go nice in this boho theme, or again, whatever you'd like to use it for, but I love that. Here's some little tiny crocheted doily, and this is just plain. I didn't coffee dye that because not everyone likes that, but you get one of those. Some little scraps of a vintage doily here. A little scrap of crocheted vintage something. This is again off of that scarf, and it was a really old scarf I cut up, and I thought it was cute with the little flowers hanging down. So you can cut those off and have more flowers if you like. And I love this color of green, so you get 2 of those. This is from a jacket I cut up that I love, but I love the little squares even more. And the little baby one, little tiny one. So you get those. And then this is another something I cut up. I love that brocade design. This in the other kit is different. The other kit you don't get that, but you do get a piece of this crocheted turquoise to use in your kit. To use in your journals. Here's a piece of coffee vanilla dyed fabric ribbon. I guess it's kind of lacy. It's cotton. This is maybe, I don't know what you call this. It was off of a collar. So maybe Battenberg, or I'm not a linen or lace connoisseur. I just like to chop it up and use it. So that's a piece of that. And then I got some cool cheesecloth. This is sort of a turquoise, but it could almost be a celadon green. But you get a good, nice piece of that because it folds out. And I love this colored cheesecloth. I got that at Joann's. They had a sale. And then I got it in this coffee color. It looks like it's coffee dyed, but it's not. So this is my favorite one. And then this is a piece of gauzy stuff that was part of that scarf I cut up. That's pretty cool. And it's, you know, the lime, and I love this limeish green with turquoise. I do that a lot. And then this stuff is awesome. I gave you a generous piece of this in the kit. It's creepy cloth. I use it like I use cheesecloth a lot, and it's just a little bit different look, but it's really nice. And this you could even use especially for a beach theme journal. It'd be great. Looks like could look like a fishnet. So you get all of those. Then we have fabrics, and this is tied up with a piece of that Hug Snug seam binding. So you get another piece of that. And we'll open this up. Let's see. I tried to think of things I would like. Can't get a hold of it. This is a piece of lace. And it's not white. It's got a champagne sort of color, but it's a beautiful piece of lace. So we have that. I love this fabric. I've been hoarding it for a long time, and I thought it would make a gorgeous journal cover. So I gave you a big enough size to do a journal cover out of this if you like. It's burgundies, mustard, the metallic golds, the dark green, the light greens, some reds. It's just gorgeous fabric, and it's would be, anyway, like I said, it would be nice for a journal cover, but you've got enough to do with it whatever you want to. This is a piece of vintage linen. I did not coffee dye this. This came the way it looks. It's got some old stains, and it's just a piece of one. But this edging, you can see, isn't that pretty? Then a gorgeous piece of velour in chocolate brown that you can use for whatever you like. My camera doesn't like that. Come back into focus, please. There we go. This is just gorgeous. It's chocolate brown, and you get a pretty good amount, so you can use that. It's really fun. And this is a beautiful piece of cotton calico fabric. It's a burgundy red or darker red with dark tan, a cream color, and a chocolate brown. And I thought this too could be a journal cover if you did the long, taller, skinny ones, or I guess it could be a traveler's notebook size. But I like this style, but you can use it for whatever you want. So that's a nice piece of fabric. And then you get two pieces of this beautiful sheer chocolate brown that has the shinies on it, sparkles. You get a bigger piece and a smaller piece. And this I love. I got this at the craft retreat I went to in January. You get this beautiful paisley with turquoise, browns, the tans. Isn't that gorgeous? So you can use that on a page or however you want. This is another piece of it. The trims that are on it, and I don't know if you can tell, the gold sparkles a little. And another little smaller piece that has more of the turquoise with the brown at the bottom. Then this I got at a thrift store, and believe it or not, I think this was a valance for a curtain, but I thought it was so pretty. And it's sheer, but it's got some off-white and gold, metallic gold, so I thought that's boho for me. This was some type of pillow cover that still had the duck feathers in it that I got at an antique mall. So it was old. It is old. I cut it up and cleaned the duck feathers off, and you get a piece of this. It's written in French. And then this is beautiful muslin, and it's a pretty good size, and it's good quality muslin. You see, you can't see through it. So I've given you a good size of that. You can stamp words on muslin. You can print on muslin. Or you could use this as a journal cover and embellish it. Do whatever you like with it. But good size piece of that. So that's the fabric pieces that you get in the kit. So I hope you're getting excited. I'm going to try to speed up. I know my videos are always long. Okay, this is a bag of some ribbons and trims with the kit. You get this metallic gold, a pretty good piece or size. I'm not going to keep opening everything. This is a metallic copper ribbon. You get a good size piece of that. This is some gold sequins ribbon that you can cut apart. There we go. Or you can lose one string of it, or two, or ever how many you want. I get that at Dollar Tree, actually. This is a really wide piece of satin seam binding. And then this, you get a bunch of this sari silk, but it feels like cotton. I ordered it from Etsy from somebody and thought I was getting this is maybe the raw silk, but it's in the brownish tan color, so you get quite a bit of that. So those are some trims, more trims that you get, ribbons, I guess, versus trims. Then we have these, which I'm not unrolling, but you get quite a bit of each piece. You have this tan eyelash trim. This is a red variegated color yarn fiber. This is an eyelash trim that's kind of a rust color. This is grays and black with tans. It's really pretty fiber. This is some fuzzy eyelash yarn, that real soft kind that's black. This is some brown fiber yarn that's real fuzzy. This is turquoise, some type of trim. And then this is some turquoise eyelash trim. So you get all of that. You get this cool paper bag, and it's heavy duty, nice, thick. You can do a lot of different things with this. These are really cool. As a matter of fact, Dreams, etc., she did a video recently on one of her workshops and took a paper bag and cut it and made it into like 3 different things, and had a bunch of pockets. It was really cool, so you could check her out, but I don't remember exactly which video. So this is full of cool stuff. You get a time card, vintage time card, project life card, some green tickets. You get, this is from Clue. This is the fortune teller, which I thought went with boho gypsy stuff. It's from a game, 13 Dead End Drive. I think it's Clue. This is a vintage card that has red and gold with the cupids. Another vintage card that I have, that's the bird with the beautiful roses. And these are vintage. This is from Pictionary with the categories, and then there's a Pictionary card. It's a little small bag, paper bag, that you can glue straight to the page to make a pocket, or you can make it a floating and decorate it however you want. Another little bag that's polka dots with the different colors. This is a floral, black floral little paper bag. A black striped paper bag with a little heart flower in the middle. I gave you, in this kit, there's note cards that have the little peacock feather. And you could make a mini journal to put in your larger journal if you'd like. Those would be cute to do that. This is out of a paper pack. This says "Be as you are." I like the saying. Some more Project Life cards that go well with the boho theme. This one with butterflies. Then I gave you, I cut these myself from the Tim Holtz die that you glue to the page and have several things for tags or cards. Here's a library card that I had gotten in Virginia, and it's got a pretty design on it, and it's already got the sticky on the back. Here's a for real library card. It's a vintage library card, I believe, that I got. Don't remember where, but I gave you 2 of those. And then I got these at Smart Arts Supplies. I have a box of them. They're library cards, so you get 5. They've got the dark green edge. You can write on both sides. So you have plenty of stuff for that. These are cool. These are a pack of cards that I got that just are different. They're ancient Rome knowledge cards, and I believe I got these at Turnip Green. And it tells you about the image on the front. This one has the elephant, and of course to me elephants go with boho. And this tells you about that piece on the front. It's a black glaze pourer in the form of an elephant. I'm not going to read it, but anyway, it's really interesting too. This says "You are fab." It's got a metallic rose gold or gold on the front. This is from Big Ben Parliamentary Clock Tower in Great Britain card. This is a smoothie card that I got at the Turnip Green, and doesn't that look delicious? It gives you the recipe on the back. This one's called Kiwi Kiss, and I like the color, but you have the recipe there too. This is from some kind of children's game, go together list, and you have the words that go together, and then how to play a word association game. These are word flashcards. You've got, I can't pronounce it, Sigmaltricus means having wavy hair. Did you know that? I didn't. And these are from Spelling Bees. So on the back you have 4 words, and one of them means having wavy hair if you're playing the game, and it's number 2. This one is inconceivable, and I think everybody knows what inconceivable means. If you don't, it tells you. And I thought these were kind of boho-ish, even though these are like little kid ones, but they're from Tangled, the series. That was cute. And they're cards. This is the Queen card, and this is the number 6, and you got the little turtle down there at the bottom, and on this side it's the same people but a different view. Here are some number flashcards for division, and both of those. This was some type of game that says N for necklace, and there's a picture of a necklace, which I thought was cute with boho. This is a vintage library card from the book is from 1904. I'm not sure exactly how old the card is. Enterprise and Entrepreneurs in 19th and 20th Century France. So I got a bunch of those, I think, from Amour Fabriques. Then I've included a craft envelope that you could use This is real pretty pearlescent, sort of. You can't tell on the camera, but it's got a pearlescent look. Little envelope, very sturdy material. I've given her glassine. This is a vintage glassine envelope. A little small craft envelope. I love tiny things. I got these at Turnip Green. This is a little envelope you can use as free, or you can glue it down to the back and have it open up, whichever you prefer. And it's made out of that sort of foamy like stuff. Here's a Rolodex card that's a different shape, a rounded one. I like the shape of that. This is cardstock that you can keep like baseball cards and what have you in, I think, but I thought it would be cool to use it as the front and back for a mini journal or as a flip up. It makes it more sturdy. And that's everything that goes in this bag. So straighten all these out later. Okay, I didn't realize I had put so much in here. You get a white paper bag. It's a nice size bag. You get this coffee dyed deli paper, I think it is. 2 large sizes. I had gotten these from Amour Fabriques as well. You smell the coffee. Remember that phrase? Stop and smell the coffee. Well, instead of, you can really do it when you have this stuff. You stop and smell it. So I've lost my pen. So I will try to link her channel below. Here are some, you get 3 cards that you can use for whatever you want, obviously. Here are some black doilies and 2 that I coffee dyed doilies. Kind of different, this one especially. So you get 2 of those. And then these 3 cards. You get this is a butterfly with the gold. This is leaves, birds, flower, daisy. It's like a flower card. They're blank on the inside. And then this one is just a pretty boho-ish look to it. It's turquoise and golds. So all of those. Let's save that for last. I've provided some cardstock. This is a brown zebra print. I just think it's cool. This is a thick piece of white cardstock you can make into a tag or a journal card. These are vintage. Some are vintage, some are not, but they're not brand new. Postcards that I got from my sister, from one of her friends who are clients who travel all around the world and collected them, and she sent them all to me to use. And I thought this one looked very much boho. Isn't she cool? And it tells you on the back, Gustav Klimt. They're all, this is from an artist, 1912. But anyway, you get that. This I thought went with boho. It's a black and gold seat of some sort, but it's a postcard. It's a cabinet from the 1880s. Lacquer mounted and enameled and gilded porcelain panels. But I just think that's gorgeous. Then this little fella is a minstrel, trying to go with boho. It's a postcard as well. So 5 postcards. I thought she went with boho for sure. Isn't that pretty? I got some gorgeous postcards. I kind of hate to go give them up, but I can't really copy them, so you're getting the originals. This was from Gustav as well, 1895. Die Music. Get all of those. Here's another, just a solid white envelope. This one's been glued down. I don't know why, but I'm throwing it in there. A piece of ivory cardstock. Here is some black cardstock. A black envelope. and a piece of corrugated paper. And I love cardboard, but this is the kind that comes in a pack. So you get all of those. Nice and loose. I included these words that I did, and I will have these in my Etsy shop separately too. But they're just some cool phrases. Quietly watching. I wonder. Come on, let's do it. It was a good place. Overcome her fear. I don't know why I'm having this glare. I'm sorry about the lighting. Ooh, ooh. Come on, Cam. Beyond her reach. Have the freedom to express. Her interests focused. Do it all with love. Try new things. I love this one. Elephant in the room. Everybody knows that phrase. Well, elephants go with boho, so you could put some elephant thing on your page and have that. Wouldn't that be cute? I like to do kind of off-the-wall things. Secretly, I thought it was funny. And then it kind of just came out. Ha! I'm just teasing. Make a difference. Everything else was forgotten. When I start crafting or doing videos, everything else is forgotten. That's not always good. Distinctly bohemian. Isn't that cool? And of course I did. So I just thought these were neat words that could kind of go with a boho theme, but actually, except for the one that says bohemian, they could go with anything. So I gave you a little pack of words. We have some vintage papers. This is a vintage music page. I liked the picture. I thought that went with boho. If I can get my camera to focus. There we go. Isn't that cool? Tarantella. It's an Indian dance that derives its name from the legend originating in Taranto, a city in the mountain country, in the heel of the boot of Italy. So you get that vintage music page. Not torn very well, but... And then these are vintage. A lot of you may remember, and a lot of you might not have a clue, from the dot matrix printers. I got a big stack of that paper, so you get several sheets of that. Then we have, these are book pages, like an encyclopedia dictionary page, sort of. Restraint, and it talks about that. Restraint from ill is freedom to the wise. To be captive in endless durance. But anyway, I'm not going to read it all to you. I thought this one has some cool stuff in it. The Modern World. This is just, again, some more book pages. Some of them have neat pictures that I like. You know what that is. I hope you know what that is. It's very famous. It's called The Scream. And here's some more art pictures and book pages out of the same book. Here is some from a play from Macbeth. Just a piece of the play. And some more of that encyclopedia dictionary pages. Should go with that other one. Then here's lots of dictionary pages, and it's cool if you do a journal and use these to highlight the words that go with the theme that you're going for, or what you want to highlight, literally. So that would be fun to do. I've given you quite a few of these. Then we have a piece of graph paper. And it's not coffee dyed, because I know everyone doesn't like everything coffee dyed. So you can do it yourself or use it as is. This is another piece of graph paper. It's blank on the back, and so is the other one. This is from an old memo book where you take a phone call and write down information. So you get a sheet of that. I gave everybody a big envelope that could be for your journal. You can use it to make your journal and have this end open for a pocket. So you have that. Then I gave everybody one sheet of my printables from my Etsy store. This is one I printed out on heavy cardstock. Isn't that cool? I just love these. Another envelope. This is just a white envelope that you can peel and stick, and you can fold it in half, have a different size journal because it's not as big as the other one. We have, this is from a book with flowers, a botanical book. It's got some really pretty, you can use as is or cut out each square and use them separately. Then I have, this is from an art book. And I thought she looked boho. She looks like she's dead. Maybe that wasn't nice, but oh my. I can't tell. Maybe you can tell if you purchase this one. But it's called Ophelia. It was painted in 1852. And to me, oh, the drowning of Ophelia. Remember Ophelia from Shakespeare. See, if you read, you learn. I didn't ever read it. I just like the picture. So this is a oil painting that's a rendition of Ophelia drowning in one of the Shakespeare stories. And I thought these looked very boho. Beta Beatrix. This was oil canvas from 1863. And we don't care what that is. Then I gave you here's a piece of the primary paper for children to write on. I love those. You have some papers that I have in my stash that look very cool. Front and back. This is good heavyweight paper you can use for pages in your boho journal. This is not the same on the back, blank. This is a piece of reddish, like maroon wallpaper. So you could make a cover out of that or make tuck. This is heavy duty cardstock that's the darker than the craft color, but I love that color brown. It's real thick. Here's another one of those art pages, and I thought that went with boho very well. And it's a cross if you actually look, and it's from a carpet. So you get all of this stuff. I'm not done yet. Then we have some 12 by 12 papers that I had to fold because I didn't have plastic big enough. But I thought these went with boho. So you have, this is like gold and light brown. Here's a beautiful gold with flowers. This is turquoise and the lime, bluish turquoise really, with the lime green and the browns. Here's one with butterflies. That's the greens and yellows, golds. And I love this one. It's got a shine to it. And it's turquoise and browns. And then the lime green. So you have all those papers. Then we have the tags I made from my Boho Me background pages that I wanted to show you. They turned out really cute. I inked the edges and inked the back. So I've included these with the kit. All different sizes and different parts. This is just a little envelope. See if I can get that to focus. Yeah, isn't that cool? The texture. I was so tickled with the way my mixed media came out. So I left it unglued so you can use it as a flip out in your journal, or if you want to glue it down, you certainly can. Imagine that you can. Not that one. This is a corner tuck, a journaling card. Everything I inked by hand for you. Everybody seems to like my inking technique, so I just did these for you. I put a lot of work in just these. Another journaling card. Another tag. You've got all sizes, and here's a long skinny tag. And this is cardstock, but it's not the super heavy duty, so if you wanted to back it with coffee dyed paper, what have you, you could. And then these, I have a digital kit called Yesterday's Memories, and this, I couldn't show the pictures of these because I ran out of pictures. You could only show 10, but they are included with that kit. It actually has quite a lot of pages, but these are some from my mixed media backgrounds I did, and this is some of those background tags that come with that kit. So Yesterday's Memories is the name of the kit, and I made tags. This shows up on screen when you look at it as that foil, which is what I used. I don't know why my printer refuses to print it gold. It prints it black. And then this is another tag from that kit. So you get all those tags that I have hand done for you and inked. Now for the surprise part, if I haven't laid it somewhere where I can't find it. So you get a lot, as you can see in this kit. Let's leave that there. So I included these charms and chains for you to make your own dangle. You get this peacock charm, and here's you a lobster claw clasp with a heart. This is a little piece of vintage necklace that I had. It's got kind of the amber colored beads. You get a piece of silver chain. I've given you 6 jump rings, antique gold jump rings. Here's a little tiny camel. Thought he was cute with boho. Each kit has one of each of these. This is off a vintage bracelet, and I thought would be pretty with a dangle. A little butterfly charm, an owl key, isn't he cute? And dragonfly charm. So you can make your own little dangle for your journal, or you can just use the pieces separate. Again, the world is your oyster. You can do whatever you want. I'm not the boss of you, and you're not the boss of me. So you can certainly do whatever you want with that. Now, one thing that I created for this journal that I'm looking for amidst, oh, here it is. That's not it. Is a charm, but I created it like a, here it is, a flow charm. You've seen the flow journals where they put everything together in a journal form and you can just pull things out as you want. And that was my idea to do with this. However, I like it so much, I don't know if I got it or if I purchased it that I would do that. So I created a jewelry tassel. Let's see if I can lay it out here so you can see. And it'll be hard to pull this up so you can get it all in. It's got all kinds of wonderfulness that you can use to put on your journal. Got pearls, several colors, dangles. I've got coins because I like the dingly sound. You've got a bell, lots of coins. There's a flower, different types of chains. There's a key. I've got an elephant. Talk about the elephant in the room. Elephant charm. And there's a bell. There's some leaves. There's a black leaf, and then there's a gold leaf somewhere. And here, there it is. It's a gold leaf. But anyway, So you can hang it as is from your journal, or everything's done with jump rings. So you can take it off and use pieces as you want. Then this chain I've had for a long time. It has, I used to buy it all the time when I made jewelry. It has lots of jump rings on it. So you can rob Peter and pay Paul. You can take these jump rings off and use them on other things, or leave it as is. So you get that tassel. So that is the end of that. So I will link below my Etsy store, my YouTube. You're on my YouTube channel. And I will link below some of the shops and people that I referenced. And if you're interested, you can private message me. Otherwise, this will be linked in my Etsy shop. Thank you, and have a wonderful Memorial Day. And remember to be grateful and thankful for our veterans, because we wouldn't be able to do what we're doing today but for their sacrifice. Love you guys, and have a great weekend.